Yeah, hello everyone. As you can see, it's almost 10 o'clock here in Berlin. It's so much hot. Temperature is around 39, 43 degrees. So hot that, in fact, you cannot tolerate it. But, if it had not been these trees that is even helping a bit, then that would be a deadly one. I can just sit down and imagine how hell will be if 43 degrees Celsius is making us so much uncomfortable. You know, it is a matter of us taking this kind of tree planting also into our hands, that we should plant these trees. We should make our homes green. We should ensure that we are having enough. You see, from the balcony, it looks so nice. You can see. Somebody took the pain to do it. If I cannot plant, then I should be able to water. If you cannot plant, you should be able to water. And let's say that Europe is so hot now, but you see, don't forget to take a bottle of water wherever you go and be sipping to ensure that you're well hydrated and that you don't dry out by too much sweat. And then when you have water bodies like where I live, not far, just about 10 minutes, go there, relax, and then get fresh air as well as get water on you. It looks as if it has become only policies, politics, posting, pasting, talking, typing, but the action going to individuals has not been the target. It has not been the target, and that is a problem. And so we should be able to do all this thing, to do all these things well, and then it will help all of us. Should we keep quiet and then say agencies? People are sitting in rooms and typing good proposals for money. And then the world is not getting green. We talk about global warming. Who will talk for us? Who will do it? Should we just hold titles? Should we get PhDs with good grants and then still harm our world? You think about your stomach today. And what about tomorrow? So, it's so much hot here that, but you see, this one, so if you live in a place without plants, then I don't know what would be happening at this kind of time if you're under this kind of temperature. Some people are introduced to this all the time. Let us plant. Let us ensure that we are actually helping ourselves and our next generation. Very important. It shouldn't be just about you. It should be about us. It should be about all of us. Now, agencies are giving loans. Should we just use the green for a way to get money? That giving loans to banks and then talk big and nothing is happening. Is that what humanity is reduced to? Is the global issues actually reduced to just sitting around tables as agencies? Or just having good proposals for fund? And then when the funds come, what are they used for? Are there not several models around that can help us trees, types, and the kind of carbon dioxide, how much the quantity it can actually remove? But we all know this, that a growing plant can take carbon dioxide, and a dead plant hold this carbon dioxide in its trunk, but a decomposing dead plant will release a lot of carbon dioxide back to our system. So you see, when we use these trees for furniture and the rest, they still hold on to the carbon dioxide. But what about, have you thought about it, that when the trees die and then they are decomposing, what should we do? Then it will make sense to either bury them in deep forest so that those carbon dioxide can be used by those trees there and not around or close to homes. And some people also walk in these nice areas, smoke and leave the pieces there. It is not helpful. People throw plastics and the rest around and in forests. It makes no sense. This is a passionate appeal that we can do it. It should not just be about fine write-ups. People have learned the skills to convince on paper, but they have not learned the skills to convince humanity to take actions. Let us try. Let us do it. Knowledge that is not beneficial is actually deadly. You are getting all the money, you don't use it for the work. Sometimes people who don't even have understanding about this ecosystem, about these trees and all that, can just sit down, Google, and then get funds for it. People are borrowing huge money. The Green Fund is giving huge money to people. Sometimes this kind of politics doesn't help. People are giving cardinal points to mention to people to get loans. But as to whether the work would go on, nobody cares about it. I mean, what are we doing to ourselves? What are we doing to our other generation? What plans do we have? Must it just be certificates? Is that enough for you? And you care less about what happens to yourself and the next generation. Plants, you see, we need them. Plants are your food, your medicine, and your shelter, because we use them. We use them. They also make food by using the carbon dioxide, but they breathe also. So they use carbon dioxide for food, but they breathe in oxygen and bring out carbon dioxide as well. So let us all try. It shouldn't just be a matter of typing and posting and politics. It shouldn't be a matter of a gang group of people. Sometimes I call this a gang group of people saying peer reviewers. Some are genuine, some are not. Geographically, politically, they are promoting things. Some environmentalists are actually killing the environment instead of protecting it, because it's all about funds, it's all about the money, it's all about whatever they will get for themselves. But what happens to your world? Have you thought about it? I mean, you complain that the politician is a criminal, but when you get funds and you don't use for what the funds have been given to you for, you see yourself not to be criminal. It is easy to point fingers at people. It's easy to blame people in leadership, and we refusing accountability and responsibility. Let us take these matters into our own hands. It shouldn't be global warming on paper, global warming on television, global warming on UN platforms. We have everything. They make a lot of policies. But one thing most forget is to go to the individuals and appeal to them and show them how these plants are important in various languages. What are we doing? Are we just okay with what is happening? Should we just wear coats? Should we just put on spectacles? And then people say we are academic. Yet, in those days, they have not found a lot of things. Concepts were done, okay. Researches are being done, we are understanding things. But in our generation, we're not doing worse. We are getting more qualifications, more publications, but we are getting less impact. I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that people are doing nothing. There are some people who are genuine, but how many of them? Let us be frank. We need to keep our environment green, not just by politics, by our policies. Policies are important, don't get me wrong. But what is the use of policies when they just, lands on tables, on screens? What does it benefit somebody? And you are giving money to people who don't even understand the health implications of these things. You are giving them money because they have figured out a way to make money. Sometimes it's very funny. These agencies that people, the agencies have made you to believe in them, yet they don't want to take responsibility when it comes to the time and when they are supposed to rise up to occasion. Climate action, climate care, plant care, several of them, we have done that. But are we actually trying to help and save this world? Is that what we are doing? Or we are just making names for ourselves and trying to ensure everybody else dies at the end of the day? We know you may die, but shouldn't we live comfortably a bit? It's not nice. You go to places, people are cutting down trees just to go and cook or do something else, please. Because the trees, when you bend them or when they die and left to decompose, they bring back this carbon dioxide. But when they, let's say, a wood form and all that, they hold this carbon dioxide, they hold on to it in their trunks. When they have, please, let us face the fact. We should not. Now people are happy. It is good, don't get me wrong, to watch comedies, to listen to entertainment, to listen to music and all that is important. But when it comes to matters that actually concerns our lives, very few are concerned. You don't care about what happens to the environment and yourself. But tomorrow you're expecting to win. Tomorrow you're expecting. How will you? Let's say you have a business and everybody's dead. Who will be your clients? Have you thought about this? Maybe you have not looked at it. There is nothing absolute. There is nothing absolute. We as human beings have limitations. So therefore, we deal with relatives. But are we sincere as academics? Are we sincere as environmentalists? Are we sincere as physicians? Or we are just happy about the names we are getting? It is so much confusing that we use these things for food, for shelter, for medicines, and for all other things you may think of. Yet, we care less about it. Don't get me wrong. There are some, however, we should push for majority to join this agenda of planting trees and keeping our environment green. It's not lovely to see this. Don't you think you can also do this in your location? Don't you think you can also do this around your homes? Please, let us strive very much and get this kind of things around us. Look at how lovely it is. You can see. So lovely. And now, because of these trees, at least, it is very hot, but it's providing a kind of comfort. Please, let us try. It's past 10 p.m., but because we are in the season of long day and short night, it still looks so bright outside. Please, it is not about policies, politics, and posters or big conferences where we make money and make big presentations. Let us walk our talk in this environment. Because I was just sitting down and then said, wow, if hell is actually there, then it's going to be tough. Because with 43 degrees and my whole, you feel some kind of burns. But anyway, don't forget to carry water with you wherever you are. And sometimes to get wet towels or handkerchiefs, put them around your neck sometimes, and then your hand expose areas, cool down, go close to trees, and then get this kind of thing. Comfort. Please. Politics, policies, posters, paintings don't really do the work. But what actually does it? It is how we appeal to people. Let's treat people with dignity and respect. Let's realize that every human being counts. And we should treat people with respect and dignity. You see, we the few who have reached higher in learning and all that, we tend to make those who have not, excuse me to say, gotten that information and that level, we actually cause division among ourselves so that those people will follow you. But unfortunately, I always say one thing, that most times, it is not absolute, most times, most poor people think they want to give power to people who are a bit rich or something to come and suppress the average. But it turns out after giving the power to such people, they come down to punish them again. Then this people will run back to the average person and begin to cry to them. Let us be responsible for people we put in positions. We shouldn't just be so much enthused about the fine papers they are writing. Let us look at results. Of course, industries are creating all this, but individually, we can also be planting trees and ensuring that this can happen. So I am appealing to you that you can do it. It is not about politics, it's not about policies. It's not about learning the skills to get the grant. Most researchers, I cannot say for percentage, but they get the money. You give them 300,000 to go and do a work. They end up doing a work of 20,000, and the rest is what they are using to acquire properties. You will account for this. It is just a matter of time. Let us be truthful to ourselves. Let us stop lying to ourselves. And I always tell people as a physician that when you go to hospital, don't look at titles. No matter the level, he or she can miss something because we are human. So you pray that God brings you in contact with people. What is exactly your problem? But not people with names. So sometimes good names is good. Don't get me wrong. Let us take this planting of trees seriously. Let us pay attention to it because it will come back to help all of us. Sometimes people have written good books and good articles that will help strategies to get environment. But because of sometimes the so-called bad or bad reviewers, they gang up against such papers and throw them out. Why? Why are we doing that to ourselves? I advise such people, please, publish online, publish on social, forget about them. Let the knowledge come there. It will be sieved. People will know. It is unfortunate that the world is going this way and we care a little about it. Please, please and please again, let's put aside politics. Let's think humanity. Let's ensure that our environment is green and that we are trying to do our best. Agencies, UN, now agencies has been turned into meetings and also money making. People sit and they get paid. But as to whether the work has been done or not, we care little about it. Then, after doing such policies, they blame a politician. So, you brought an idea, but you don't even know the end goal. What is the end point? Let us try very much and then save our environment, get the green, and ensure that wherever you live, please, try and plant something. In cities, around centers, let us help. Because there are places where you go to, you hardly even see a tree. And then the place is so hot. Your country may be like that. It can happen anywhere. We don't have control over this world. It is God who created it. And I always say it and I state it. It was God who created heaven and earth. It's not us. We were born into it. There is a manufacturer, which is God, and we are product. Unless, of course, you are telling me that it was Benz that gave its name, but not the manufacturer who gave the name Benz. So if you can do that analysis, then you may be right to say there's no a creator. God has created this wonderful world and made us stewards. And in our stewardship, what are we doing? Please, let us be serious about this. Let us be involved. We are all involved. We shouldn't leave it on agencies and people who are just making money into their pockets because they write and convince. Of course, everybody has opinion. Everybody has a way of convincing people. But please, is that what you want to do? Just make money for yourself and kill others and pretend to be honorable and pretend that you care. I believe that the world would hold such people accountable. Forget about the big English and all the terminologies. When somebody uses a term you don't understand, ask the person to explain. You shouldn't be, bullied with terms and technicalities. Of course, whatever term they bring, let them explain to you so that you understand the explanation. because nobody will do what he doesn't understand. So maybe people are not doing it because they don't understand that plants are our food, our medicine, our shelter, and then it's also stopping a lot of catastrophes. They also break winds. Flooding can also, they can take part in reducing all this. Please, let us be serious about it. And, it's getting to 10:30 also. But you can still see when you walk through the trees or, go in these woods, you feel comfortable. You are getting fresh oxygen as well. As I keep on saying, oxygen, we need it because it is expensive to get it in the hospital. So why don't you get it well and ensure that your cells, the mitochondria, a mitochondrion membrane will not open when there is no oxygen, which we scientists know. Because when we need more ATP, then we have to visit there. And then let's say it is shut down. Most chronic diseases start the warning sign with weakness and difficulties in breathing. Why? Because they're associated with a muscle problem or issues. So I'm pleading with all of you that let us try to do the little we can do, and then let us try to make nature and environment conducive for all of us. Let us leave a good name, because we have a lot of information and technicalities and all that now than the previous 100 years ago. But they even lived longer. We have information, having preview to certain things, and we are even living less. And people care about all this. They care less. It's all about publishing or perishing. So, because the universities have made it a benchmark that if you don't publish, they will not promote you. And so people think, yeah, let me publish. Whether it makes sense or not, I'll do it. So far as you go through, I'm counting number of publications, and then I'm getting promotions and get paid. And that's it. Wow. Then you said you are faithful. You are blaming somebody to be a criminal. But you in this art, you are okay. Just for promotion is okay. Just get it and leave on so the others die. Let us pay attention and be humans. Let us be human. It's very important to be human. Thank you very much. And I believe that others will see it later. And let us sit down. Well, that I say, truth should not hurt you or harm you, but truth should change you. Don't be angry, but look at the truth and then look at how best you can work towards it. Let us work closely with each other. Let us try to make our environment conducive by planting. Thank you. Dankeschön. Diakuyu, as they say in Ukrainian language. Let us try. Let us do well. And let us do our best to keep the world green. And so if you cannot plant, water it. If you cannot water or plant, don't go and be throwing things like plastics and your cigarette pieces in those environment. Because, one time I joined a group to just go through this, trees and be picking. You see people going through their clothing, cigarette pieces. They drink some things and leave the bottles there. Why? It's not good, please. Human beings and behavior is the same everywhere. But the conscious effort to stay human, if you put human first, everything you do will be influenced in that way. But if you are putting material things, money and fame, then whatever you do will be driven by that one too. Please. Don't let us leave things in the hands of these agencies and think they know what they're doing. Sometimes they have written good and published nicely, but then the impact on the ground is zero. Let us try. Let us work with it, because we will be serious about this. We'll be serious about this, and let's talk about it. If you have other ideas, suggestions, you can respectfully leave them below. Additions and recommendations are welcome, because nobody is an island. And I don't make absolute statements. It's relative. I cannot be everywhere and know what is happening everywhere, but somebody knows it. But what I have seen, and it's becoming a norm, is about people rushing to publish, to sit at meetings, and to get money than to look at the end point. Let us be sincere to ourselves as humans and ensure that we are doing well today, and then our next generation will not come and suffer. Thank you very much. And then we'll be seeing ourselves in this kind of life and be talking about the environment, talking about health, and some complex or simple medical concepts, that how we will live together in unity, in respect. Let us respect people. Don't let us spit venom from our mouth. Let our words unite. It shouldn't divide. Vertically and also laterally. Let our words unite us. We want peace in this world. When I tell people, when history is taught wrongly, the long-term effect is war. So let us try and remain peaceful, promote peace wherever you are. When you are too angry, don't talk. Relax. Think about it and act. It will help all of us, and don't really waste your energy. But then spend time, relax, and decrease your problem. Thank God more whenever you have problem, and then He will help you solve it. Thank you. Bye.